This is Rick.
This is Velinda. And today we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And my story is a little bit more ugly than Rick's was.
It's a lot more ugly.
A lot more ugly, actually.
Yeah.
But you'll see. He'll do a separate video. But we want you to know that if you're facing something similar, that you're not alone. But preparation is key to help you get through it. So get legal documents in place, and I'm gonna touch on it a little bit.
Absolutely.
So basically when we approached my mom about leaving her home that she owned for 40 years, she didn't want to leave it. Can you believe that, Rick?
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
She didn't think anything was wrong with her, and she would decide on her own when she was ready to leave it. And Alzheimer's was not a reality, not her reality. So our first priority was to get her in a safe place. So we convinced her that she was going to come and visit us, my sister and I, and the kids, and we told her siblings the truth. But very quickly, we realized we needed legal power to help make decisions on her behalf. And we didn't have it. We didn't have anything in place. Everything required her consent, and she wasn't going to give it to us always. No doctor, no bank, no insurance company would speak to us without her consent, or if she was present and agreeable, and she wasn't always agreeable. So we were told we needed power of attorney documents, and we tried to get those signed by her, and she refused. This was the same woman who spent her entire life making sure she was never a burden to us, and now she was becoming an obstacle for everything we were trying to do to help her.
That's a good word, obstacle.
Yeah.
Not a burden.
Unknowingly, of course.
Yeah.
So then we decided to pivot, and we tried to gain guardianship of her legally. With the help of a family friend who was a lawyer. He started the process. But he wasn't experienced in handling this. He was not an elder care lawyer. So it didn't work out for us. Another major roadblock we had was you need a official Alzheimer's diagnosis by a neurologist, not just the family doctor. And mom was not going to set foot in the neurologist's office. We actually got her the appointment. My sister took her. She saw the door and the name of the doctor, and she turned around and refused to go in. So she was making it difficult. So we didn't get the guardianship. And in hindsight, that was for the best for us because we ended up getting Medicaid. And when you get Medicaid, we'll talk about this soon. You can't have guardianship because we'll explain later. Anyways, we did have a good day one day once she was in an assisted living, and she was able to sign for the power of attorney, and that really helped us later. But besides that legal paperwork and those struggles, we had a lot of physical symptoms that mom was having as well. She had everything in the book. She had the paranoia. She had the sundowning. She was combative. She was doing everything in the book. And so one thing that made her combative was when she was upset about something that she had lost control of. And one of her biggest pet peeves was her medication. She did not forget to take her medication ever. Instead, she would keep taking it over and over.
Yeah.
And she was on blood pressure meds, and she was on cholesterol meds, a very, very common meds for a lot of elderly. And that was really dangerous for her. So I had to figure out a solution. And this was ongoing. I had to figure out solutions when she had something she was doing, a behavior. So I got her this device on Amazon, and I'll put a link because it may work for some people. It did not work for mom because mom didn't see obstacles. She would problem solve very quickly. So you would put the medication in there, and it would rotate. It was battery operated. It would rotate on schedule. And she found a way to make that rotate by force. So she would stick her finger in there.
Very creative.
Yes. So then I had to get a safe with a code, and I would lock up her medications in there.
And don't tell me she broke into it.
No.
Oh, good.
Not what she didn't figure out.
Lord.
So, but that made her very angry because she no longer could control her medication, which, like, hello, she's an adult, grown woman, and I'm her kid. So anyway, yeah, we had a lot of problems that we dealt with. And very quickly, we realized when she started getting lost in the neighborhood that my sister and I could no longer provide her with safe care. And we began to look at assisted livings as well, like you did. And there they would disperse her meds safely. They would help her with dressing and showering and meals. And that was the next step for us. But basically, we just want you again to know that you're not alone.
No, you're not.
But the priority is to get those legal paperworks in place so that you can help your loved one out.
Absolutely. Get medical power of attorney, financial power of attorney, and anything to do if your loved one passes or has any kind of medical emergency. You need to have that paperwork signed.
All right, we'll see you soon, but please like and subscribe and throw any comments, any questions you might have.
Absolutely. We're waiting to hear from you.
Thank you.
Take care.